Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Hybrid Movies. This is episode 6, and this is, of course, a movie podcast for all you guys out there. And I'm your host, Nick, and I'm joined by Michael, aka Failwhale34.
How's it going, guys? Glad to be here.
Yeah, and James.
Hi, Diddlio neighborinos. It's great to be back.
Yeah, that's a great intro.
Thank you. I think I'll use it from now on.
So, before we get into the show, how are you guys doing tonight? James, what have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Just got back from the movie theater with my mom and my little brother. We went to go see Lego Batman.
Ooh. How was that? How was that theater? Was that crowded in there? Or?
It actually wasn't too crowded because we saw it in RPX and 3D, which normally you have to pay like $18.50 for a ticket. But when you work at a movie theater like I do, you could get in people for free.
You got the discounts, boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're showing it at the IMAX 2D at my theater for Lego Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of rare. Because usually they always have IMAX 3D. Like, they rarely show the whole 2D thing with IMAX at my theater. But
Yeah.
So that's a nice option. I might check it out, actually, in that format to see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because there are a lot of really cool visuals in that movie and stuff. So definitely got to check that out. But, Michael, what are you up to today?
Not bad. I was just making some videos pretty much for most of the day, and then I managed to catch a 7:30 John Wick screening, which is actually pretty interesting. I brought my mom too. She's not into those kinds of movies, but
you like raced over the theater and shot home just to come and record this podcast.
Just for you guys, you know, just gotta do it.
And we told everyone you got to see either Lego Batman or John Wick 2 before we record, so we can talk about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you ever want to in the future join the podcast, you gotta watch a movie every week.
Yeah, not like that Lurk guy, whatever. He's all like, nah.
Stop this, Nick. He's gonna listen and be like, oh wow, man, thanks, Nick.
Nobody listens to this show. Yeah, so that's why I tell people not to listen, because there's a good chance we might talk about them or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, also shout out to Don. He said he liked Hybrid movies number 5 last week.
Oh yeah, Don on your on Failwhale, the live stream.
Yeah, he came and messaged. He's like, oh, yo, dude, I like number 5 a lot. I'm like, yes. Don.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys are listening there, definitely check out Michael. He does a weekly live stream over on his YouTube channel. Go check that out.
Boop, boop.
Pretty cool stuff there. But anyways, I guess moving on to our first segment here, we're going to talk about movies that we recently saw, and then, of course, the week ahead to see, preview some stuff coming out. So I guess I'll go first. I saw John Wick Chapter 2 and Lego Batman. I did like a double feature. Of two polar opposite movies.
And that's a good double feature.
A kids movie and it is a good double feature, because you have I went and saw John Wick first, then I went to Lego Batman, so that was like a good kind of cleansing of the palate, I guess. But
from the violence.
Yeah, I was like, now I get to watch little Lego pieces move around and stuff. But I liked both of the movies a lot. I think I liked John Wick a little bit more because personally, I don't know, something about the Lego Batman movie. The beginning kind of dragged, I think, for me. But once it picked up, it was like really good from that point on. But yeah, John Wick was very solid. I can't wait to see more from that universe, because it definitely seems like they're setting up more in that whole kind of storyline with John and stuff. You get to learn more about like his kind of background, like what he does, his whole organization too, and like the rules that they have and stuff. So it's a really interesting world, I guess, that they're setting up. And yeah, I give John Wick an 8 out of 10. I think I give Lego Batman like a 7 or a 7.5. So
okay, nice.
Yeah, James, what did you think of Lego Batman?
Well, first of all, it's nice to see that Warner Brothers can actually make a good movie based on the DC universe.
Yeah.
Now I remember like back when I first saw the Lego movie, I know when I first heard of it, I honestly didn't think it was going to be that good, because it just seemed like a cheap corporate sellout of a movie.
Yeah, like the Emoji movie that's coming out.
Oh God.
Hey man, it could be pretty. It could be the A1 emoji. Who knows?
Hey, you may be right. It may be amazing. But no, I remember seeing Lego movie and just being blown away by the animation, the humor, the characters. And Lego Batman pretty much did the same. It's like the Lego toys themselves. They're built on creativity and imagination. It doesn't really have the heart that the first Lego movie had. But I was still laughing like really hard at like a lot of the jokes. Batman is amazing in this movie. It definitely like it embraces like all the Batman material that's come before it. So like it makes references to like, you know, comics, the different movies, even like the old serials from back in the day, from back in the 40s.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it even pokes fun at like some of the more recent movies like Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad.
No, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. So meta Lego. So meta.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, like, you know, the past DC movies, you know, were they made intentionally bad to make material for jokes for this movie?
That was the real plan. Let's just tank this giant property to feed the Lego audience. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's funny is, before watching this movie, I don't know, Nick, if you got a trailer for this, but I got a trailer for the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I haven't even seen the trailer at all, like online either.
Yeah. So we got a Lego Ninjago movie, and that's actually coming out this September. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well, because I think the Lego movies are like some of the best animated movies out there, especially with like that stop motion animation style.
Are they like all? Is this going to be a connected universe? Like Ninjago exists within Batman and all that, or
I'm not sure because in Lego Batman, without spoiling anything, in the Lego Batman movie they do bring in characters from like other different franchises that aren't DC related.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but I am looking forward to, you know, what they're doing. And like I don't know too much about the Lego Ninjago universe, so
I don't know much about Ninjago in general, dude. That's past my generation.
all I know is that there was a show on Cartoon Network based on Lego Ninjago, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I was surprised by like how the Batman movie, the Lego Batman movie, had like this really kind of like sad underlying message about just Batman in general, like how his character is like it was playing on the whole idea of like how he's like so dark and like grungy and edgy and stuff, like all moody, but like at the same time they have there's like sequences where you like kind of like feel bad for the guy, because it's like when you really think about it, it's like he has like nobody, like he's just by himself all the time, like he can't he can't move on from the fact that like he's afraid to like lose people and stuff and everything. It's like he won't accept people coming into his life and everything.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense, you know, they feel warranted and earned, and you know it's not too overly dark, you know, like the recent, you know, DC movies, which seem to try to put an emphasis, you know, on just being super dark without the wit or a little bit of humor.
Martha?
Yeah. Oh.
God, no.
I mean,
end it.
I mean, like, you know, if they are gonna go dark, you know, you got to go back to like, you know, how Christopher Nolan did it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like overall, like I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of the Lego Batman movie, so I can't wait to see. I mean, I'm sure the movie is gonna do well, and they'll probably get a sequel or something. But yeah,
the music was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
Everything
Lego
was
Knight
awesome.
returns and then rises.
I also loved how Bane was like the Dark Knight Rises Bane.
Yep, that
awesome.
was great.
Yeah. I guess before we're talking about Lego Batman Forever, Michael, what did you see? You saw John Wick, right? You just saw that?
I actually saw the Lego John Wick. I don't think he's playing in too many theaters.
Oh,
Was
wow.
that PG? Or?
I had
I'm
no
just
idea.
playing. No, I saw John Wick. I actually was very surprised with what they managed to do in this one. I'm not going to spoil it, but similar, I think, to how Alien and Aliens, like they just upped the whole world in terms of the scale and the world building. I think they did the same thing with John Wick. Maybe not as much, but they really expanded that universe to the point where I'm excited to see other things going on, not just John Wick. But overall, I thought the movie was a solid sequel, and overall, just a really good film. I'm excited to see more from it, as you said, Nick.
And I can't wait to see Lawrence Fishburne's faction, like his backstory, the origin solo film for Lawrence Fishburne's character. And
you know what's crazy? Like with John Wick, every single character that they've introduced or even shown previously, they're interesting as hell. It's this world that they've managed to make, even though they don't give you too much, they give you just enough to be super intrigued. And I think that's why audiences were so in love with the first one, coupled with the gung fu, and they bring more of that. And I think it's going to show in the box office because I hope people go watch it, go see it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing, speaking of box office, this weekend in particular has like a three-legged race almost, because you have 50 Shades, Lego Batman, and John Wick.
Yeah.
And there's like three different movies for three different audiences too when you think about it.
And looking at the first day, it's pretty clear which audience is thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lego Batman. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh! No, 50 Shades. Well, it's probably gonna lose just the first day, but the first day it pulled in a lot more than the others.
But I think Lego Batman. I don't know actually. I think Lego Batman might win the weekend. I'll say that as my prediction.
Nice,
right
nice. You know what? I'm gonna go strong. John Wick 2. Let's get it, boy.
No.
Yeah, please, just
Lego.
Just one of those two, because I can't imagine 50 Shades Darker, doing number one this weekend. But I could be wrong. Like like it might be a repeat of like when Pacific Rim came out. That movie was beat by Grown Ups too.
Feels so bad.
Yeah. So this is a Friday update. I'm looking at Box Office Mojo right now.
Yeah.
They're saying that 50 Shades Darker is estimated to win the Friday, but Lego Batman is looking to win the weekend.
Hey.
With a huge opening.
Oh my gosh!
So,
how much are we talking?
We're talking like $250, dude. No.
Jesus. Oh, I was about to say John Wick. Sorry, you ain't winning nothing, boy.
No, I think they'll all do good. I think. Well, maybe not the last one, the 50 Shades, but that might be a one weekend wonder. But the other two will do good, I think, going forward.
Yeah. Plus, considering there really aren't any other kids movies out this time.
No, yeah, I think Lego Batman will definitely dominate for quite a while. Probably the whole month, actually, when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and probably when the word of mouth comes around, because I'm pretty sure it's sitting at a cozy number on Rotten Tomatoes as well, no?
Yeah, it's like at a 91.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll probably just get some good positive word of mouth.
That's way higher than any DC movie in the past, 4 years.
I think if you add all the DCU movies, their number, I think it's just under Lego Batman.
Yeah. All three of them underneath. They
God.
can't beat Lego Batman.
Well,
Power of the Lego.
Well, maybe that's what Warner Bros. Should do. Just make the rest of the DC expanded universe Lego.
Yeah.
Lego Wonder Woman.
But,
Lego Justice League.
Yeah, that'd be way better. And that mopey, dark, emo Justice League movie. Yeah, before we trash the DC movies too much, let's look at the week ahead. So, opening February 17th, that Friday, we have The Great Wall, A Cure for Wellness, and Fist Fight.
Nice.
So, out of the three, I'm looking forward to A Cure for Wellness. I've actually seen The Great Wall, and it is not great.
So what were they trying to keep out?
It's like some generic kind of lizard alien monster things that just want to take over the world.
But Matt Damon won't have any of it.
Yeah, Matt Damon, he's got to save all them.
So it wasn't Mongolians.
No.
No.
That was the untold story, dude. They're giant lizard things. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know, James. What are you looking forward to out of those three?
I mean, when I first heard of The Great Wall, I'm thinking, maybe this might be interesting, but based on your description, I don't know. I might have to skip it. A Cure for Wellness looks kind of interesting. I might have to see how that turns out. And then you got Fist Fight, which I don't know. Which I don't know. I mean, I love Ice Cube. I love Charlie Day, but I don't know.
Yeah, that looks like some kind of ride-along type of thing or something. Or like Central Intelligence, something along those lines,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. Michael, what are you looking forward to? You gotta
I'm actually
choose.
If I had to choose between those three, I'm most looking forward to be A Cure for Wellness. From the trailer, it catches my interest. The thing is, as I was watching it, I'm like, yo, this has the potential to be, one of those just, backdoor thrillers that people end up really enjoying, something like Split. But then also a bit of me thinks, if this borderlines stupid, there's something in there. I feel like this movie can end up just being really silly, stinker potential, but
stinker. There's a chance it could go either way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, and the director Gore Verbinski. I feel bad because I know he's really talented. I want his movies to do well. I think the last movie that like really impressed me was Rango. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh,
Yeah, Lizard Rango.
Yeah.
Rango was good. But then you had like what was it? The Lone Ranger.
Oh, he did that?
Yep, he did the Lone Ranger.
Eee.
Yeah.
Nick's like, yee.
Yeah, and that was kind of a failure.
That was like the best box office movie of that year? No,
Was it?
no, I'm kidding. It was not like the biggest flop.
one of the biggest flops. I think the only one that like matches it was John Carter. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I didn't see that one. Like, I heard it was actually not bad though. Like, I heard people were like, yeah, it was actually like pretty decent. Just kind of didn't make any money.
No one went to it.
I mean, John Carter was okay, but it wasn't really anything special. But I know for like Disney, it was just like they were hemorrhaging money.
Yeah, that was the year when Disney was greenlighting all these weird franchise movies of like old stuff.
They're just like,
Lone
let's bring it
Ranger.
all back.
Yeah, like what was it? Race to Witch Mountain was one of them.
Yeah, that was a flop year,
Yeah,
definitely.
but it's good to see Disney getting its groove back.
So going back to the weekend though, I definitely looking forward to A Cure for Wellness, just because I think I don't know, for some reason like I'm on this horror movie kick recently. Like I want to see all these different horror movies. I'm so sad that I missed the Bye Bye Man, because that's probably out of theaters now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Damn. See,
Yeah,
that's why
I
it's
gotta
good to have
catch
James
that.
here. He's the insider. He'll let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's gone at least in my area. There's probably like some obscure movie theater that's still playing it, or maybe see if you can find a second run movie theater.
No, I was just waiting for it to be on like VOD or something. I'm gonna see that in theaters now. I was gonna see it that one weekend, but I had like 4 movies.
Oh yeah,
no,
you
I
were
had like
swamped.
3
There was like
movie
no way
triple
you're gonna
feature,
do that
dude.
too.
There's no way. But yeah, I guess since we're done talking about all our movies that we saw recently and stuff, I guess we can move into the news for this week. So
Yeah, it's got a lot.
yeah, there's a lot of news that dropped. So first off, we have that Paramount pulled Friday the 13th, the reboot, and World War Z 2 from the release schedule, and that Friday the 13th is officially canceled and the rights are going back to New Line Cinema, which is under Warner Brothers. So kind of an interesting turn of events, I think. I definitely did not expect them to pull World War Z, which is interesting because I think like that movie had like a lot of problems. I think the sequel, they're like, do we want to do it? What are we going to do with it? And then it seemed like they're actually going to go forward with it. And now it's like, no, I guess it's back on the back burner or something. So
It's kind of interesting. The Friday the 13th stuff, not as much of a surprise because there had been already some talks about people saying like, oh, there's kind of a backlash because there's something about him going with this storyline from his past.
yeah, they're going to change the origin and stuff.
Yeah, and do all this wonky stuff, and I think people were receptive to it. So
No, I was going to say too, plus Rings flopped because that's a Paramount thing. So that flopped, and they were probably more like, I don't know.
yeah, probably just made their skepticism inclined. But for World War Z, I'm more caught on surprise because I'm like, wait, that's supposed to be coming out. What was it, like June something?
Was that was scheduled for this year? I thought it was. Oh, I think it is actually. It was supposed to come out this year. Yeah.
Yeah, like around Wonder Woman time. So
I
Well,
didn't.
had that even started filming though? I didn't even know if it was filming or who was on that. I don't know.
there's just a World War Z curse, man. Like the first time around, there was so much.
Yeah, they shot the
controversy.
whole third act again and stuff.
And honestly, it turned out to be like a decent film. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but like it was okay. Maybe
Yeah, I
how was the
don't know.
box office for it?
I'm gonna check.
recall.
James, what are your thoughts though on them pulling Friday the 13th and World War Z 2?
I mean, I guess Friday the 13th. I mean, I don't know. I'm afraid it's going to get to the point where you keep like rebooting like all these horror franchises. It's going to get like really confusing, really convoluted. And with World War Z, I had no idea they were even making a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, the only movie that I know about that has the letter Z in its title is The Lost City of Z.
Oh. No, Zed. World War Z.
World War Z.
Yeah.
Yes, for all our Canadian listeners out there.
No, British listeners.
I'm Canadian and I say Z.
I just remember that from Shaun of the Dead, where he's like, "Don't say the Z word." So World War Z, or Z. God damn it.
The controversy
World War-
begins in the comments.
World War Zombie made it was on a budget of 190 million. It made 540 worldwide. That's not bad.
It's actually pretty decent.
Oh,
Actually,
over
that's a lot,
200
actually.
domestic. I mean, that's fine.
Does
the
that
return for it?
Now, does that include all the advertising that they did?
Yeah. So okay. So we'll say that they were at like, let's say they went 250 in the budget, marketing. You know,
A little
So,
over
I
doubled
mean,
it.
Yeah, they made a decent money off of it, I guess.
Yeah.
I can see why they're a little apprehensive about a sequel, though.
Mhm. Especially the time slot they initially had to. That's already
This is a packed summer. I feel bad for anybody coming out in that 2-month window between May and July.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially if your movie's franchise is shaky, you better be scared.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman. Like that's
I
a
didn't say
flop.
names.
That's 100% flopping, like guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean-
Screenshot this.
Yeah, I think there's like this fear that you don't want to crowd the summer too much.
Yeah, and I think that's why they've been, we've been seeing a lot of bigger franchises coming out in like February and March.
Yeah, February,
Yeah.
March.
Yeah, 'cause
April,
that's-
that's the new summer.
Yeah, because that's the only time they can come out. Otherwise they're gonna get spanked. But then you'll have those brave souls who decide to release their movie in front of a big movie, like when Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Trip decided to release the same weekend as Star Wars.
Ooh.
I mean, brave on them for their part.
Yeah, that's Assassin's Creed too. That came out like right after Rogue One, I think.
Yeah.
I think Assassin's Creed pushed their luck on that one, but
Oh well, they pushed their luck on a bunch of different things. That's a whole another topic, but.
oh yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
But going back to the World War Z thing, it's funny too because I read the story that they pulled it from the slate. And then the next day I read David Fincher circling World War Z 2. I'm like, what? Like, what is that? What's up with that? Did David Fincher just come and be like, hey, I thought you guys were still making this. I want to direct it. Like, what?
Oh shit, what up?
It's like, oh, World War Z back on schedule, David Fincher or something. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, if he directs it, then I'm in. But if not, then I don't really care for the movie. To be
I don't
honest.
even know
'Cause
if I would be
didn't-
too interested to go back into that universe.
No, I mean, the first one I thought was just whatever. Like, it was just fine.
Well, I wonder if we've reached that point where the zombie fad is kind of over and done with.
I think it is. It's getting there.
I mean, we still have Walking Dead, but like how many other movies can you think of that have zombies in it recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good amount.
They did that. They did all of that in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The whole infected thing, the zombie thing.
Well, the most recent one I can think of is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Really?
Well, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Yeah. It was
Also, there was a lower one that came out like not as public or whatever. Like not many people saw it. It was a Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah, I remember that. That came out a couple of years ago.
I think that didn't do
Zombieland.
too. Which one?
Zombieland. That did well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like like late 2000s, early 2010s. But I'm wondering, if we've reached that point where movie studios are like, yeah, the zombie craze, was good and all, but we're gonna move on to other things.
Yeah, they're
We're
moving
gonna move on to those
monster
comic
movies.
books.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, because that's where the real money's at.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at studios now, like you have to. That's what people want. They want comic book stuff, superheroes.
And not even that, just expanded universes, and we're really seeing that in just regular, like action films and stuff, like
like Split.
Split and John Wick. It's
John Wick, Alien. Yeah.
I'm all for it because it's kind of pushing creativity on their end to make interesting worlds.
Ghostbusters cinematic universe. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it works more than others.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can say goodbye to a Ghostbusters universe. No, but I am looking forward to if they release the 23 Jump Street Men in Black crossover.
Oh, that's still happening. Yeah, that's still going forward. I'm looking forward to that, definitely. Yeah, because I actually just watched 21 and 22 Jump Street back to back the other day.
Nick's
And they
always
still
with the
hold
double
up.
features.
Yeah, they still hold up. I still got a laugh out of them.
Oh yeah, they're still funny.
Yeah, but speaking of good cinematic universes, Avengers: Infinity War just started filming. That's a thing.
Yeah,
That's happening next year. I can't believe it.
it's crazy. They just went and dropped this. Like what was it? It was like late last night, and then I was live streaming, and then I get a comment from Marvel guy 1795, I believe his name is, and he's like, "Yo, dude, Marvel Infinity Wars trailer," and I'm like, "Get the hell out of here!"
How did
What
you
do
remember
mean?
that name? Marvel guy 179.
I remember the fam. But yeah, he just said, "Oh, get a new Avengers Infinity War trailer," and I couldn't believe it. Turns out it was just a featurette of some sort.
Yeah, it was like
pretty-
a behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. I mean, it confirmed some interesting things like Spider-Man, Guardians, and the Avengers all will conflict together 100%. Thanos, some interesting.
Thanos.
It's Z, not Z. Thor's hammer, for example, too. That also got.
He is
shown.
the ultimate Mjolnir.
Yeah, it was really cool. For the people who don't know, that's like the half axe, half hammer version in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense practically, but
I know, right? Like,
it doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah, I digged it. I'm excited for the movie. What about you guys?
Yeah, it looked cool. It just came out of nowhere though. Like literally, just dropped. They're like, yep,
yeah, I think were they trying to counter someone else, like some other studio? Or?
They're trying to counter DC because DC is like, oh, don't worry, Batman has a director now.
Oh yeah, that could totally be a thing. Marvel's like, oh, you guys, you quote unquote got a director. Well, here's some behind the scenes of our awesome film that's gonna come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how in the featurette they almost like literally took a shot at DC by saying, like, I can't wait for you guys to see this movie. It features so many characters, but they're so well developed already to this point. I'm like, oh, damn.
Ouch.
Cuts to Zack Snyder like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, James, what did you think of the featurette thing?
I mean, good for them, for Marvel, pushing along ahead and giving us a taste of what's possible to come. Though it is curious how they released this, but yet we haven't seen like anything yet for the new Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why they would keep that more of a secret. But yeah, like, it's good to see that, Avengers Infinity War is in full swing, and you got all these great people coming together, all these great talents. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I was gonna say, I think for the Thor thing, they're kind of like Infinity War. I think the only reason they released this is just because they're like, it's this big monumentous thing that like the whole universe has been building up to this, and they're like, oh well, we just started shooting, let's release this little clip thing. Mm-hmm. And then like with Thor, I think they're kind of waiting until Guardians to release the first trailer and start ramping that up. I think
that's true.
Yeah.
So,
I think we might see something for Thor a little bit before Guardians.
Possibly before, but I would say that the best bet is with Guardians. They'll start moving because right now they're in Guardians mode. They have to promote that movie that comes out in 3 months.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've already been seeing like TV spots and shit like popping up. Like they're still pushing it.
They're gonna focus on that until that's out. Then they'll move into Thor hype over the summer and stuff. But yeah, it's actually no, because Spider-Man is next. I forgot. So yeah, Guardians will come out, then they'll move full Spider-Man mode, like hardcore, for the next 2 months after that.
And
then they'll go Thor.
Too many damn Marvels.
Dude, Disney has this year locked down. They got all the Marvel movies in the summer to fall, then they have Star Wars. Yeah,
and not to mention they have freaking Beauty and the Beast.
Pirates, dude. Pirates is back.
They're gonna be raking it in. Oh
yeah, this is easily a $2 billion a year.
They're gonna be raking it in for the next couple of years.
$3 billion maybe. Yeah. Meanwhile, DC is scraping their dollars.
Nick,
okay, move on. Let's move on. We can't do it. We gotta stop. Adi Shankar, in surprising news, announced that Castlevania is getting an animated series on Netflix, and that there's already 2 seasons apparently greenlit.
The confidence.
I mean, geez, he's like, hey guys, season 1's out this year, season 2 next year. Like, okay.
Bing bada boom.
Jeez, I mean, people responded well to Voltron recently. That got a season 2 pretty much instantly. So, yeah. I mean, I think if they do this correctly, I think it could be a pretty big kind of hit. So,
yeah, I'm with you on that one. Castlevania, it actually has like a soft spot in my heart because as a kid, like on the SNES, Castlevania, I couldn't tell you which one, but I played that Castlevania game till like every single day, like until I would wake up the next day. I think there's
a Link to the Past. That. Oh, no, that's Zelda.
No, that's
I want to talk about what?
Come on, Nick. But no, I think there's potential, as you can see by the response. People are interested in a Castlevania Netflix show. I don't know if this was official or by someone with the team, but they said something along the lines of like it'll be like Game of Thrones. And if they can do a Castlevania series in a similar style, I'm all for it. How about you guys?
Yeah, James, what are your thoughts on that? I
mean, I'm very curious to see what they do with this Castlevania series, because I love the games myself. I just recently beat the first one on my NES Classic.
Huh.
Yeah, and that is not an easy game to beat.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, I remember
man.
being 5 and getting pissed off. Like, what the hell is going on?
I know. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm hoping, if this is successful, maybe it might give other studios incentive to maybe create Netflix series based on other video game characters. I don't know. But this one's going to do well first. And I guess from my understanding, this Netflix series, it's going to be based on the third Castlevania game, Dracula's Curse.
Oh, is that the one Michael just talked about playing? And
No, I think he was either talking about Super Castlevania 4 or Castlevania Dracula X.
or Castlevania Forever? Is that the next one?
No, I don't think.
I don't know. I'm just making up names at this point.
Well,
You know what? It was Castlevania 4.
yeah, but there's so many different Castlevania games franchises.
The funny thing too is that Adi Shankar, when in his original Facebook post, he said, "Guys, this is going to be the one video game the thing that breaks the video game curse in the project that breaks." I'm like, damn, dude, this guy has like high
He's
expectations.
so confident, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's selling it like this is going to be like the best thing ever. I'm like, okay, let's see.
And you know what? I hope it is, just so we can get Mario coming in on the big screen. That's why.
Well,
Hey,
what?
we're getting Detective Pikachu. That's something.
Yeah,
Oh my
can't
god,
wait.
if they make a Smash Bros. Series in a film, Jesus Christ, kill me.
like I mean, what could you really do with a Smash Bros. Series movie wise?
Oh, they could make a whole universe similar to Brawl, that sort of storyline. They could flesh it out and make
They could
an
easily do a
action-adventure
Super Mario
movie.
over. Well, I mean, they tried that, right, in the 90s? Or
Well, in the 90s, you had like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. You had Captain N. You had the. Did you ever watch the old Sonic the Hedgehog show?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah,
I actually like Sonic, the
Really?
cartoon. Yeah, I dig it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that they could do something interesting with Metroid and Zelda in a film series too. I think.
Yeah, I think those two, if anything, out of the Nintendo brand. This is going way off topic, I guess, but
Who cares? No one's listening at this point.
Yeah, who cares? There's definitely potential, I think, for those two, like you mentioned. They're
Oh, Zelda
kind of-
could easily be like a young adult kind of thing.
Easy.
It could actually be like a Harry Potter thing where you grow like Zelda ages throughout the film, or not?
Yeah.
I mean Link. Sorry, not Zelda.
and then Metroid could be like the whole like sci-fi kind of like space
Sci-fi
version,
action movies.
Kind of be like Alien.
Female heroine in there.
Yeah, and then if they really wanted to, they could like make a Mario Luigi kind of film where it's like a
It could be an
family-friendly-
interconnected universe, like Metroid connects to Mario and Zelda.
Oh my! You know what? I don't want to just like say we're just talking like it's the Marvel universe or DC, but like this actually, like I would be so into it. I would buy my
Nintendo,
tickets
sign us
well in
up.
advance.
We'll be executive producers. We'll be in the writers' room for that. Easily.
Yeah, guys, my number is 6'4".
Email me at okay, moving on. So, last segment of the show, we have viewer questions here.
Thank you, guys.
So thank you guys again for submitting these questions with that hashtag #AskHybridMovies. And if you want to get your question answered on the show, just drop them down below. But first up here we have coming at us from Warrior Crook. He says, do you think the box office for Power Rangers is going to be in trouble with movies coming out like Logan and Beauty and the Beast?
Great question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, I feel like there might, there's not too much crossover between like Beauty and the Beast, Logan, and Power Rangers. Like those are kind of separate audiences. Logan and Power Rangers might have some kind of crossover, but I don't know. I think they could all do well if they're all good movies. I think they'll all do well, personally. But yeah, I don't know, Michael. What are your thoughts?
I just want to say, Warren, that was actually a really nice question you have there. I
Yeah.
think that I don't think the box office will suffer that much, in all honesty. Because let's say they all do fairly well. Beauty and the Beast, I think it's a separate, audience, and it won't affect it too much. If Power Rangers is great, they'll have that kind of regular superhero feeling, that big action. Where Logan
They'll
is
have
more
that
of a
Avengers audience.
Exactly, they'll have that kind of audience, because Logan, as we've seen from the trailer so far, is more of like a self-contained, to the side alone kind of story. It's not this big action adventure like the X-Men Apocalypse movie or First Class. So I think
it's like a R-rated. It's almost like a R-rated kind of like Coen Brothers movie or something, like a Western kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think even that R rating might get some effect. It might get some people to go to Power Rangers instead because, like, oh look, it's a regular superhero and it has a not bigger brand, but a popular nostalgic brand to it. So I think it actually will be decent. James?
Hopefully Power Rangers does well. I'm really hoping that movie's good, but because it could easily go the way of Fant Four Stick or something if it's bad.
And you know what? I think everyone is kind of hoping it's doing well too, with like the new promos, like they're doing the nostalgic feel with the way they're being cut and shown. I mean,
yeah. James, what do you think about the box office showdown here?
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's really any cause to worry because we have to look at March as a whole. Because keep in mind, they're not all coming out at the same time. They're all coming out in different weeks. So first you got Logan, which is March 3rd. And then the week after that, you're going to have Beauty and the Beast. And then at the end of March is when Power Rangers is going to come out. So I think by the time Power Rangers comes out, Logan and Beauty and the Beast, they'll still be around, but they'll have done like the bulk of their successful business. And that's going to allow Power Rangers to swoop in and do its thing and get in its big numbers. So no, I don't think Power Rangers is going to suffer.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at Movie Insider here. A couple other movies you have to also take into consideration too, as Kong and Ghost in the Shell that month.
That's right.
And those come out later March, no?
No, because it's Logan, then Kong, then Beauty and the Beast, then Power Rangers. Those are all back-to-back weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ghost in the Shell's the last weekend. Those are all back-to-back movies. All 5 of those movies are back-to-back. So that might be a tighter race. I mean, but I think people are kind of hesitant about Kong. Honestly, there's not been like too much. I know people are excited for it, but it's not like, man, like I can't wait to see Kong. Like it's kind of flying under the radar. But
I think maybe domestically, but internationally, I think Kong is going to destroy the box office.
Oh yeah, people love those monster movies
like
and
kaiju and all that. It's gonna do well there. But that's a good point. But I think between those three, I think Power Rangers should be decent. Should do fine.
Yeah,
definitely. Next question. Scott Pop Cult fan says, ask Hybrid Movies, if Marvel and Disney ever buy the rights back to X-Men, what's your pitch for an Avengers X-Men crossover? I would say they could adapt the House of M storyline or something. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good, actually.
I could see that.
Something along those lines. I don't know. I mean, shoot, I don't even know what they would do for an X. That's like a huge mind-blown film right there. But
it just like, would it even fit? Like, would it make sense? And like, what phase would it be in? You know,
6.
Because Marvel has their own. Yeah, Marvel has their own thing going for them. I think shove it in the X-Men. Like, they would probably incorporate it in some way if they were to get the rights back. But a full-blown, X-Men versus Avengers, I don't think they would handle it in that way.
James, what do you think about that?
I mean, you were talking about House of M. I'd be down to see if maybe they could do a Secret Wars sort of thing.
Yeah, Secret Wars would be good.
Because
tie in all the different universes and stuff.
Yeah, because I like that storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Miles Morales in there too.
I wish.
So hopefully that answers your question. There's too many stories they could do. There's too much characters.
Yeah. My pitch would be: you get the Avengers, you get the X-Men, you say fight.
Just do that. It'll make it $2 billion guaranteed.
About
$2 billion in profits. Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah. All right. Last question from Jalen. He says, "Ask Hybrid Movies, what's your opinion of the Tron movies?"
Ooh, very good question.
I think they're good. I'm surprised they didn't move forward with the third one.
Feels bad.
Because I think they were saying for a while that they were going to do it, but then they kind of went back and forth, and they just got canceled, I guess. So. Yeah, I don't know. Michael, did you see the Tron movies, or is that something?
No, I actually haven't seen the recent ones.
Okay, I think the second one even ended with like some kind of cliffhanger too. People were like pissed; they're like never going to see the ending of it.
Yeah.
Damn it, Hollywood.
James, what are your thoughts on the Tron movies?
I have a special bond with Tron. I haven't seen the second one, though I do like the music to it. First one I saw, and for a movie made in 1982, it's still pretty impressive. But my But my main introduction to the Tron universe was actually through Kingdom Hearts. Because like it was Kingdom Hearts 2 where they had the Tron universe, and that was sort of like my first taste of Tron. So I guess if they wanted to, expand more on that ending for that planned Tron movie, maybe they could put it into in the Kingdom Hearts series. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. They kind of, it seems like they're just gonna drop Tron altogether. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, Tron made because Tron is definitely one of the more unique movies out there, and it's definitely one of those great experiments of the 80s, as in what can you do with computer technology.
Yeah, I think it's just the last Tron movie, Legacy, it cost $170 in production budget, and it only made $400 worldwide. Barely made it $172 domestic. So, yeah, I think they're probably hoping that it'd be like $600 plus. It just didn't make that money, so they're like, no.
They're like, we'll save it. We'll just
do
something
that's
else.
Disney too, right?
It is.
Yeah, so they're greedy. They expect huge numbers, or you're canceled.
If it isn't triple it, we don't want it.
Yeah, like John Carter, dude.
It made him like negative $100 million, dude. They lost money on that one.
Yeah, they lost. Jeez. I remember when they were trying. I was watching the box office too, like weekend by weekend, and that movie, jeez.
Yeah. So I don't think Disney's gonna take that risk again, unless there's like a huge demand for Tron.
What if they reboot John Carter in like 10 years? They just call it Carter.
Yeah.
Carter Reborn. John Carter lives.
Carter Legacy.
Oh my god. No, John. What does it be? Like John Carter lives or some shit? I don't know.
Let's just hope it doesn't happen.
Something, I don't know. But yeah, those are all the questions that we had. Well, that's not all the questions we had, but those are the ones we had time for. If you guys want to get your questions answered on the show, again, just submit them down in the comment section using the hashtag AskHybridMovies. Thank you guys again for checking out this episode. This has been Hybrid Movies episode 6, and we will catch you guys next week.
Take care, guys. Thanks.
All right. Until next time.